Okay, so I'm gonna try typing hello in the chat and see what happens if it comes up then. Okay. I have to. Okay. No, it is not. Hmm. Trying to see about this. See if it does it. Hmm. I don't know. Let's try to remove that one. I'm just trying to, if anybody's here. Hi. Hi. How you guys doing? I'm just setting up the chat. Hi, Jessica and Casey. Let's see if I can get this thing to work. Doesn't seem to want to work for me today. Oh, there it is. Okay, it should work. I am signed in. Okay. Let's see. It should then work on Restream, I thought. Sure you can, Casey. I'm just trying to see if I can get this thing to work, but it's not. It's seemed to had worked and then it didn't, but I never can get the sometimes I can get it on here and sometimes I can't. It's weird. I was just seeing if I can get the messages on this on the get all the messages on the page or not, but it doesn't seem like it's working. So everything else is streaming. All right. I have to light my candle. All right. And we'll do readings. Hello, hello. Welcome. So yes, Casey, work. I can give you a reading. I don't know why it's not. Let's see if I put hello in there. It'll work. It's not going on the relays. I'm sad. I wanted it to work. Oh. No, it works. Okay. It's working now. Okay, cool. Just took a long time. All right. Casey said it. I don't know. It's going through like some weird thing. Anyway, it'll work. At least it's showing up. All right. Hello. Thank you, Wendy, for liking the live. Hello, everyone. I am going to give readings out today. And Casey asked first, so I'm going to give her one right now if she's still here. I think she is. Let's see. I think I can tell. Yeah, Casey's still on. Okay. Yes, you're here. Okay, Casey, let's see what kind of, which card deck should we do? I want to do Trust Your Vibes. We'll do that one. You guys could share or like the live. I appreciate it. I was going to tell you guys that. I don't know why. Let's see. Let's make sure I can see what you guys. Okay. So I got the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck. That's what I got right now for Casey. Interesting. This is your card, Casey. Name it, claim it. I think it's just using your voice, making sure you use your voice. I feel like if you, there's a, like we all go through, like as you're getting older, when you're younger, you didn't use your voice as much. I think it's learning to use it and being confident in that. Especially with all the blue, makes me think of, the blue chakra, just your voice matters. I think that's what Spirit's telling you. Not to hold back. I feel a mother in spirit for you, Casey. It feels like a mom. Energy could be a grandmother. I always say that because sometimes grandmothers can feel like moms, or because they take care of us a lot, or influential. But I feel like a mother energy with you, Casey, in spirit. I feel like a lot of, like it was hard for her to breathe in the end. Like, maybe she had like, COPD or something with her lungs. So it's just like really kind of hard to breathe and just shortness of breath. I feel like that's with her, not with you. She's showing me a horse. And I'm not feeling like, feel like you liked horses when you were younger. And I feel an excitement about that. Hi, Amira Anna, how you doing? Thank you for liking the live. I don't know if you can take any of this, Casey, but so that's mother, grandma, could be your grandmother in spirit. I feel like she had issues with her lungs, COPD, especially at the end, or something like that. And then also, she showed me a horse, so I don't want to go too deep into it and be like, well, she's not indicating like you rode him or anything like that. She just showed me a horse. So it made me feel like more of a horse figurine, like you had these, more so than you rode them. That's my feeling, because I get these feelings like more so sometimes. And just use your voice. So I hope you can take that, and thank you for letting me read you. Okay, Mara. I hope I'm saying your name right. Mara, sure, I can give you a reading. You're welcome, Casey. I hope that resonated with you. You can always let me know. But that's what I got. All right. Okay, so Amara, let's see. What does your mom want to say to me? I miss her. Okay. All right, Richa, I'll let you know. I don't, permanent resident by the end of 2025. I feel like it won't be, um, just real quick for Richa. I don't think, well, when I first read that, I don't think it'll be in 2025. I think it might happen, it'll happen next year. And, okay. Then Amira, you are saying my name right. It's about times. Well, it's weird because I'm like really, really bad at like I have this dyslexia. So I'm dyslexic, so like I see different names and it's hard for me. I'll add other like letters in there that aren't there, and yeah, it can be kind of interesting. So I'm glad I said it right. Okay, so Amira, your mom wants to say to you. Let's pull a card first so I can kind of get into that energy, and then we'll let's do angels and auras. And Letty, if you want a reading after Amara, I can give you one. Or if so, let's see what we got. Okay. Amara. I'm doing good. Like, how are you doing? Hello, Amanda. Happy Sunday. All right, so Amara, it's a point of view, gratitude, assistance, guidance, understanding. It came up the positive side. There's two, I guess, you could, there's always positive and negatives on these, on this deck for angels and auras, but yours came up. Sometimes I'll just know which one, even if it doesn't go this way or this way, I'll just know which ones. But it's gratitude, assistance, guidance, understanding, and a point of view. And I feel like, for your mom, I feel like she's showing me, I feel like her on my left side, but I don't usually, it's not like she's, like I feel her on my, I feel like she's making me feel something on my left side. So I feel like it's, two things. I feel like you feel that, you feel her on your left side usually. You'll feel like an energy on that side, and then I also feel like, um, she had issues with her, like, sometimes when I feel like the left side, it's usually, most times, it's like she had a stroke or she had a heart attack. Um, oh, you do? Okay, so that's definitely for that. Maybe it's just that then. And then, oh, she was sick. She was sick, yeah. Um, I do feel like it's like issues with her. Like when it, oh, she had a, okay, that makes sense. That's what ultimately, but I do feel like, I feel like she is indicating like you were there, um, not at the, like, I mean, you were visiting her a lot. I feel like you were actively making sure she was okay, um, either through calls or being there. I feel like there's a presence of you there. Yeah, you was okay. You were there, and I feel like there was a lot of comforting done by you. She feels very like honored and happy, very thankful for you comforting her. I feel like you are the one that you're like a warm blanket on the family, you know? Oh yeah. That's what I felt like is staying in color. Yeah, I felt like that. I feel like she's like make me feel like you're just a warm blanket, like you're one to like give the family the warmest of, like, to envelop them in warm hugs rather than having what normally your family might be would be sometimes like oh my gosh, what's going on? You know, like you're able to like kind of put that oh that it feels like that calm and that warm, yeah, this that warmness around it, everything, and kind of just by that making people present, you know. I feel it's hard on you. I feel like a lot of what happens is put on you. I just feel so much like tenderness between you and your mom. It's a lot of I feel like there was times where they weren't, you know, I mean like I feel like most of the time you were very close and connected. And yeah, oh yeah, she does miss you, but she sees you, she's around you, and I feel like it's just, you know, it's hard for you because you can't see her, but she can, you know, she can be around you and see you. I feel like she's been around you. Is my voice is static? You can you hear me okay, or is it kind of weird? Well, let me see. Are you talking about my voice? Oh, it's weird. Okay, let me see. It might be, hold on, I'll do this. Let me just check it. I can hear it myself in a second here. All right, is that better? Okay, I think it is. I can hear. That was better. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes it's the way the microphone is that I have to like just turn it on and turn it off again. Thanks for letting me know. Sorry about that. I know, it always sounds weird when it happens. Like a robot. Um, Thank you. Hi, Joanne. How you doing? Oh, yeah. I didn't. Most times I just do it just without listening, and then I'll check and you know. But thank you for letting me know. That's amazing. Thank you. um. Anything else? Yeah. There's something showing me pancakes, and I feel like your tummy hasn't been. I feel like your. I said tummy. I feel like your stomach isn't feeling. I do. I say tummy all the time, but just funny. I feel like your stomach isn't feeling as like it feels kind of not as well. You know, just kind of irritated or whatever. You love pancakes. Yeah, I felt like she wanted you to eat pancakes, but I felt like also like eating like healthier pancakes. I don't know if she used to put like some type of special like multi-grain or something in it, but it seemed interesting. Like I don't know why it felt like a special kind. Did she have a special like I don't know why I want to say flaxseed or something, but I don't know if you can put flaxseed in pancakes. But it feels like I don't know if you've made like a healthier one, but it felt like that. Like she was trying to say like you know like something um that'll calm your stomach. I don't know. But I think she's just trying to help. Um, okay, you eat organic ones. Are they kind of like darker brown? Like you're right, they're not as like light colored. They're probably better, like more protein or fiber in them or something. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why I was like, knowing they weren't like you know the Bisquick ones where you. I'm not saying those are bad, but you know. Yeah, so she showed me that. I feel like she just I'm seeing like a ballerina and it makes me feel like it's a music box because it's like a but I just see a ballerina. It makes me feel like a music box though, but I'm not sure if you can take that. But she was showing me that too because I asked for presents from spirit, so she showed me pancakes and that. Um, so I'll leave her love with you. But she is very much around you, Amara, and she misses you greatly, and I do feel her love for you. You know, she watches you a lot. Sure, you can get in line, JB fan. Sure. You're welcome, Amara. Thank you. I think JB, I have who did I say after? I think uh I had somebody. Who did I say? I always forget. It was oh, I already talked to Richa, and then now I have Letty. That's right. And then Amanda, I think. And then JB fan. How does that sound? Okay. I think that's the way it'll go. I'm always dropping stuff. All right. You're welcome, Amara. Okay, thank you for coming. All right, so Letty, I think that's who it's next. And then you can go. Yeah. All right. So Letty's still here. I think she is. Yep. Thank you. Let's see. Letty. Let's do Oracle of the Fairies. Hi, Ducky. How you doing? And if, all these messages are doubling up on here, I'm sorry about that. I tried to fix it before I went live, but it didn't work. Just get to see them all 10 times. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Letty's here. Okay. Doing Oracle of the Fairies. Oracle of the Fairies. Okay. All right. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. So, what I see is the way she's looking at this. I feel like, well, I'm pretty sure she's looking at, makes me think she's looking at a coin. The way she's looking at it is, not looking at like abundance. Like, I feel like you would look at things at even the smallest things in gratitude. I think that's gonna, like, I feel like you do already have like a feeling of being thankful, but I think there's like sometimes like life can get kind of hard. Like little things can happen and it can kind of throw you off. And I feel like if you just look at even the smallest little thing that is happening that you could be grateful for out of what's happening, it can really, yeah, I say positive trying. Okay. Yeah. If you just look at this, there's like always like a small little light, even through the darkness, there's going to be that. You just center yourself on that light. Even if it's the smallest amount, it will get you through. I think it's looking at that. It makes me want a cry because it's really hard to do because things can get very envelop you, well, us. I know how it can be, but try to center yourself on that little bit. If you can find something, right? Yeah. Well, and be kind to yourself, Letty. I mean, like sometimes if you can't find it, it's okay. You don't don't put too much pressure on yourself, but if you see yourself going down the negative part of what's going on, kind of just try to turn that sentence into something else, that's going to be positive. Um, because the negative in the head can really also cloud your perception of what's really, of all reality, then not just what's happening, that's hard, it can make life even harder. So, um, I do feel there's the male in spirit, but it feels more like a brother or like a friend. Um, Maybe it's because he seems so young, but I don't think he's a father, but feels like a brother or a friend, and he feels like he's like in his 20s. I feel like he had an accident, but also I feel like there's a lot to do with his mid region. I don't know if you can take that. And his mid region really feels like in a lot of pain. You're not sure. Yeah. So as a male, I feel like he's in his like 20s, could be 30s, but 20s, and then it just feels like his mid region. Really a lot of pain. I don't know if you know anybody that has passed that way. Maybe it's not a brother or a friend. Maybe it's more so. Maybe I'm thinking, okay, your uncle. Okay, makes sense. If you, yeah, didn't feel like a close relative, like a close like dad or mom, you know. Oh, okay. He got what? I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, makes sense. Yeah, okay. Was it in that area? That might have been why. Yeah. Okay. Um. Oh, okay. Makes sense. But I feel like he's around you, and and I feel like I don't feel like your father too. Is he father is something about your father too. So I feel like they're both around you. I think they're just there for support and protection too, just to make sure that you're feeling okay. I feel like they're just um, does he want? Hi, Christine. Let me see. I'll see if he has a present for you for spirit. He's showing me a very puffy jacket for some reason. Very puffy and big, and it's like a winter jacket. It's not winter now, but That's all they're showing me. I feel like he's just he's pointing at his back, and I feel like he's telling you to just pay attention to people around you. I feel like he's like telling you just to be careful. I feel like oh, if that makes sense. Well, thank you, Letty, for coming, and I hope that helped. But yeah, he's showing me like you gotta watch your back. I feel like it just kind of like just watch. I feel like just make sure other people aren't doing things that behind your back type thing. You know? Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with what is going, what's going on, Letty, but yeah, it seemed interesting. All right, you're welcome, Letty. Thank you. All right. Hi, Christine. Yeah, I got a couple people ahead of you, and then I'll get to you. But yeah, stick around, and I can help you. All right, and then we got what did I say? I said Amanda, and then JB fan, and then um, who's it called? Christine. Okay, Amanda. Yeah, just for Letty, I feel like he just is telling you that because I feel like just wants to make sure that people aren't there's whatever's I feel like it's just I don't know if it's what's going on with you right now, but just people are not talking behind your back or doing something behind your back, something about your back. So just felt like yeah. All right, oh, Amanda, here we go. You're on. I think you're on, Amanda. It says I didn't pick this just flew out to me, so give this Amanda, and then I'll pick one for Amanda because I usually sometimes they just do that. I don't know, but it says life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. I think that's a good collective card, if anything. And if it comes back, then it is for Amanda. We'll see. Sometimes they come back, even though. All right, and I'm pretty sure she's on. Oh, leave strange encounters. Okay, I think Amanda, your guides are trying to give you signs. You just gotta believe that they're for you. Sometimes we don't want to believe that the signs are happening. You're like, well, maybe it's just coincidence or this or that. And I think it's making sure that just there some might be coincidence, but sometimes it really does they put it out there, and you can't, as much as you want to wish it away or think that, oh, kind of like rationalize it, I guess. It is really them trying to give you messages and trying to provide the guidance. They're not going to tell you what to do, but they're going to try to guide you that way. So um yeah, I don't know if she's here, so I don't want to go too long with talking to somebody that's not here. So I think she's here. All right. All right. I think she's here, but I never can tell. All right, JB fan, if I'll start reading you now because I think you're next, and then we'll do Christine. Okay, let's see. Thinks of Brad. I feel like there's a lot of people that can be full of themselves. Does that? It made me feel like I don't know if it's because the name Brad, made me think of Brad Pitt. That's where that came from. That's the first thing that came in my like popped in my head, but it made me feel like it was from him. Made me feel like just being like a lot of talk. Um okay. I feel there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of but not a lot of action and just full of him, like I said, full of himself. And it's like having, you're trying to build a fire, but all it is a bunch of smoke, you know? It's just a bunch of smoke and it's just blurring everything. Okay. All right. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah. It's just like that's all it's just like yeah. So yeah, I got goosebumps. They he like yeah, he would say I'm not a fan, like I don't know. I feel like well, I don't know. This is the card I pulled. Trust is in the wise spirits and your prayers will be answered. I don't know if this I feel like this has to do with um more so like one I feel like you're trying to obtain something, JB fan. Oof. I can't get it to focus. It won't focus on it. No. I'll try it again. Oh, it won't focus on it today. That's weird. Focus. Okay, well, I don't see anything in there. Are you trying to obtain? I feel like you're trying to obtain something. Is there something you're trying to get that you're having trouble with? I feel like there's some like more red tape or like there like a. I feel like there might be a. I feel like there's something out there that but it's not like you don't know where it is or but I feel like it'll come to you in some way in a different way than you think it'll come. I feel like it's gonna feel like somebody's gonna know that you're looking for it and then from a roundabout way, like it's gonna like word of mouth or something, and then all of a sudden they'll contact you. That makes sense. But I feel like you've been wishing to like find I feel like it's a piece of well, I feel like it's a piece of history of some, and I feel like it's like it could be out there, but you don't know exactly where it's at. So I feel like it's gonna somehow end up on finding you. So any other questions for him or you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, Christine. Really need to have some spiritual guidance going through a lot at this time. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm sorry you're going through that. Going through stuff. Christine's hard. Well, I feel like though as much as hard as it is, I think it is more of a blurb. I'm not saying it like it's uh, it doesn't feel like that right now, but as soon as before you time frame wise, I feel like it has been a while, but after everything's gone through, and it resolves, I feel like it will feel like it was like a small blip in what is your life. It'll be. I think it is the what is happening is important for your growth, but I think it's more so that you'll look at it 2-hour movie you know, in a theater that streams like everything. I don't know. You know, what I mean? It just seemed like a weird analogy, but it was like I don't know, it was a weird thing. All right, let's see. Christine. Proper rest helps me feel and look my best. That really does help. I think as much as you're going through right now, it is best to make sure you're taking care of yourself and getting the rest, getting the self like love that you need, and not not putting that off. That's the most important. I think they'll keep a clear head, keep you more grounded, and also just when you don't get enough sleep, there is that anxiety and things that happen. You know, your nervous system gets thrown out of whack, and other things. You just don't, you're not on top of your game. And I think it's the same thing with I'm not saying you drink alcohol, but anybody that does, it will throw off your you know, it does help in the beginning, but then when you do drink it, and then the next day, what's going to happen is you feel more anxious because it's your body trying to get back to homeostasis. So you're not sleeping well. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not worrying about how many hours you have or analyzing it or anything like that. Just try to go to sleep, you know? I think we can get too caught up of like, well, how many hours is sleep? Oh my gosh, I only had this many hours. And then, then becomes a thing. Like, or looking at the clock and going, oh no, I gotta get up in this many hours. It's like, just, if you need to, get up, or, you know, take a nap later. It's just be kind to yourself and know that, you gotta ebb and flow with whatever's happening, right? Let's see what else. Oh, oh, thank you. You like the crow bear? Yeah. Eventually he'll be able to do other things. I don't have him set up right now though. And then for you, Christine, it says, it is safe and beautiful to express my sensuality. I think it's just safe to, like, I feel like more so that's telling you it's okay to, like, even though things are hard. I think this is twofold. I think even though things are hard, it's okay to feel good about other things that are happening, you know? Don't feel guilty about that. And then also, what will make you feel better is also, putting a, getting out of, I like wearing jeans. I don't think that's, but, like wearing what you like wearing, and not allowing yourself just to go down in the I'm not saying like people who like, but don't just, the picture of like wearing jogging pants and just sitting there at home, just try to get up and because when you do feel, I mean, not like you have to force yourself, but at the same time, when you do put on like certain clothes, I mean, that's why a lawyer wears a suit, right? They wear it because they want to fit a part, look the part. So they put that on, and it's like, or a police officer wears a uniform because, and then it like transforms them, even though it's just clothes. It does transform their energy and their, sometimes just putting on some, even though you're not leaving the house or doing something, can make you feel better, is what I'm trying to say. It just changes your energy. So just think of that, even if it's something that can make you feel more comfortable, feel more secure, like I want, sometimes when I do readings, I usually have striped socks on. Yeah, see, I have my striped socks on. They're my reading socks. So when I wear those when I give readings, and it puts me in the energy space of I'm doing readings now, So I think it does help. Um, so there you go. You saw my cool socks. um, I hope that helps. Is there anything I can, any other questions, Christine, or anything I can, or spirit, or I could look, do you feel a female in spirit? And she is very much feeling like a mom. Okay. Like, yeah, I had said in the beginning, I feel like it will. It will work out. I'm getting like, I feel anxious about it though. I do feel like there is parts of it that aren't going to work out exactly how you want it to work out, but it will work itself out and you'll move on. I mean, but I feel like I feel like there's just makes me feel like certain things are going to go to different areas than what you want them to be. I feel like it's not going to be the exact like breakdown, if that makes sense. Um, I feel like gonna it's not gonna shuffle out the way you want it to. I feel like is it a divorce? It feels like there's like a moving of things. So I feel like it's not gonna be exactly the way you want, but I feel like it will pan out in your favor. I mean, it's not gonna. Yeah, but it's the way it needs to be. I feel like it can't always be exactly. You're welcome, Christine. Thank you for coming. Well, hello to Coffee for 2 hours. I saw that on there. It's an interesting name. I like that name. You're welcome, Christine. Thank you very much. And I'll, my heart goes out to you and during this time, and I will send you positive vibes and you know healing for you, like to just sleep, just I hope you get. I think that would really help a lot. All right, anybody? Let's see. See through. Hi, how you doing, see through? You want a card? Or anybody else want a card? Or I could. Let's see. Yeah, sure. You're welcome. Yeah, we could see. We could see. I don't know if you told me your name last time, but it's okay. Let's see. Sometimes I forget. Let's do. Yes, let's do Alice in Wonderland cards. I would like that. Hello, Shaylo. Okay, let me see what I got. Okay. All right. So it says investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. This is for you, see through. Oh, okay. So I reminds me of like the Dolly paintings, all that stuff in the background, right? The Dolly, Salvador Dali, with the time clocks melting, those things. The 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 egg makes me feel like that there is something that you are really. I feel like there's something you're trying to cultivate. I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, I never use the word cultivate in regular talk, so it's like kind of funny to me. Like these words that come through, I'm like, what? So cultivate. um, I feel like there's something like you're holding, like like you're trying to grow and um, just like mother. I feel like it's more of like uh, not like physical thing as much. I feel like it's more of like I feel like it's more of like an idea of a like of a of a like feel like it's a work, something to do with just a lot to do with your creativity and your work. And I feel like it's like you're trying to have it, it's like this. It's in its like infant stage, and it's like you're really trying to grow it. I feel like, and it just feels like a lot of your energy is you want to put it on that, but it's hard because there's a lot of other things going on. Well, just life, and I think it's something that you're just really wanting to like take care of and grow, and it's important. I think there's also just makes me feel like other responsibilities that are happening, and but there's that, and I feel like it's like showing like don't make sure you do keep your eye on that, because I do believe it's really important. It's just something, just keeping your eye out and making sure that you do take care of it and make it into what you're feeling inside about what you should be doing is that, and it is gonna blossom and grow. And I think it's just, I don't know, something about it's also like gonna really improve a lot of it's gonna touch a lot of people, and a lot of people are gonna be helped with it. I don't know if it feels like you're almost like mediumship yourself, but I'm not sure. um I think I've read you last time, but I don't remember anything. um so that's what I'm feeling there. And I do feel like like on my what do you call it, your shoulder, well, your shoulder, but it's like the it's your back, but the right there on your shoulder, the I can't think of the word, but I feel like there's like pain there. um which makes just feel like there's a lot of just again responsibilities. But I also feel like there you do feel spirit there too. I don't know. That's what I feel. I hope you can take that, see through, understand my weirdness. Okay. Well, it's not mine, it's spirits, but yeah. Okay. Let's see what else they have for you. I do feel like it's just like a lot of you're welcome. I hope you're understanding it. Like, I want to be queen. I feel like it's just more not like, it's saying stating your sovereignty. I think it's just taking the time to do what you want to do. It's just declaring freedom. Yeah, I feel like it's just like putting yourself and saying first and saying, I am important. I'm this. And yeah. So you're welcome, see through. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Again, but the card's always falling. Okay, let's see. Be in the present. Can't go back to yesterday. Be in the present. That's what it says. So I think that's more of a collective one. It's always good to remember. Hello, Tiffany. Do you want a card? I can give you a card. Want a card? I'll give you a reading. I got Intuitive Whispers Oracle. I can do for you. Sure. No. Well, my pleasure. Hope you're doing well this Sunday. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm doing well, yeah. Okay, so here it says for you, Tiffany, if I release old patterns. So it makes me feel more so than the words. I feel like it is more. It is just. It is releasing things, but it's not just releasing them and not, ignoring them. I feel like it's releasing them and just not holding them so close to you anymore. It's understanding that it's done, and and you can just allow them to kind of float away. I feel like it's just a rigidity of the of the path that you feel like you need to. Okay, yeah, I feel like it's just feeling like you have to go down the that certain path, and it's like it's like you can venture and go. It doesn't, just healing wise too, it's not a certain path like straight and narrow. It's gonna go and ebb and flow, and it's okay to have that happen, and to come back and you know have the feelings and then not, and then have the feeling, it's okay, and it's not anything like wrong with you, or that or that you're not. Just trust the processes, I guess, is what it is. um I just feel like energetically, when you are feeling like you're going down the same route again, and you have that awareness now, and not to be kind to yourself of what had happened in the past. You only can do so much with what there's the tools you have at the time. You can't look back at the tools you have now and go, why didn't I do it then? Because you didn't have those tools like you have now. So be kind to what had happened, and understand that, now you have this awareness of the situation in yourself, and you can move on and move forward with that. So I hope that helps, Tiffany. Um, but you deserve that kindness. Okay, good. Yeah. I feel like you just deserve a lot of You deserve that love and that kindness and that understanding, not just from other people, but to yourself and yeah. So yeah, I feel like there's a woman in spirit, but it feels like a mother. But sometimes mothers, grandmothers, it could be a grandmother. I feel like she's close to you though. I feel like I know most grandmothers bake, but this doesn't come through much. But I feel like she was a baker. I feel like she did make, like, you guys cooked in the kitchen together. I think it was like a very special thing, Tiffany. I don't know if you're still here, but more so than okay. So did you cook with your grandma? So maybe, but you felt like she was like kind of like a mom to you too. Like you're connected with your grandma. I feel like you were connected with her. Cooking was a thing for her. Oh, she was very close. Okay, she was okay. Makes sense. All right. And I just feel like you're um there's something to do with the way she it makes me feel like the way she would stir things, like she didn't use the regular like the mixers as much. She would stir things by hand. I feel like there's something about stirring. It makes me feel like that, and it was something to do with that. Like there was something special about like how she even would like keep. She wanted to keep it, but it's like stuff that she could make that it's hard for other you to like kind of replicate a little bit. So I feel like it's like um just feels like her energy was in it. And she didn't measure. Okay, yeah. See, yeah, made crust with her hands and wow, that's amazing. It's just something about the way she would. I got goosebumps. Just the way she would make it, and she couldn't. And it's like you can't really replicate it. That makes sense because yeah, the didn't measure thing. It's just like, and it makes me feel like it's just like her energy's in it. It's her love. It's that dedication that just really. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No one can do it. Yeah. It's just that love and that dedication that really she put into that it's just and I feel like she's like it's just I always it made me think of like for just now sometimes I'll do this when I'm cooking. I'm not very good at cooking. I love baking, but I always measure everything. But it's like I'll like start cooking and I'll because cooking you can put a bunch of stuff and then all of a sudden and then my daughter will say, how'd you know like when to stop? I'm like, I just wait until my ancestors I feel like my ancestors are telling me, which I do. I feel like, I just feel this like thing like, oh, I think that's enough. I don't know why, but then I feel like, so it's like that. It's like maybe she'll guide you. It could turn pretty interesting. She'll guide you into doing it if you just feel it. I feel like she still hangs around with you in the kitchen though, definitely Tiffany. So, oh wow, she'd be on the phone. Wow, that's just amazing. So, wow. Well, she wants me to give you like this cat figurine as a present from Spirit. It's a cat figurine and it looks like it's got black. It looks like a tuxedo cat kind of, but it's kind of like and I'm giving that to you from Spirit. So, thank you. Okay, Joanne, sure. Hi JD. How you doing? So I can give you a card, Joanne. Thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate it, and I'll leave her love with you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ducky, you can go on my list. I'll do Joanne. And I don't know if JD asked, but yeah, Ducky, JD, one of the two. Sure. All right. Let's see. Joanne. Joanne, Joanne. Joanne, Joanne. You're welcome, Joanne. I'm gonna do a song for you. I don't even know how the next verse goes, but Joanne, Joanne. We will do some cards for Joanne. Thank you for sharing the live. Joanna loves my songs. Joanne, Joanne. You are the ma'am. The ma'am, not the man. The ma'am. The ma'am. Okay, Joanne. I got we'll do intuitive whispers. Oh, become your own priority. You love it. All right, become your own priority. I think it's just taking the time to like it just especially this whole path thing. Um I feel like you do take the time to do what you feel is you're drawn to, but I do think that there is a lot to just walking down the path of what um with yourself and being present with yourself instead of trying to like be present with spirit or other things or other people. It's just being more in tune to your own body. I feel like I think we can get wrapped up in our work and things, and I feel like also like making sure you're going and something about just taking care of the vessel that you are in right now, and just making sure that you're going to get the proper, because sometimes as women we just put off these, even though like these things for with the doctor where we're just checking on things even though we know we're fine. Make sure you're going there and doing that. And well, thank you, see through. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So make sure you're doing that. I think it's just I'm not sensing an issue with like things, but if I think we can really get out of the habit of doing that, and then all of a sudden then things can happen. I'm not saying that they are happening with you, Joanne, but I just feel like it's good to get, make sure we have that routine of checking our, you know, everything, you know, our eyesight and things like that, make sure that you're, um, thank you, See Through, for all that. That was very, very sweet of you. Um, Joanne, I feel like there's a lot of taking herbs that help with my health. Okay, because I'm gonna make sure I'll take. Yeah, and I feel like it's just also just doing those proactive things with. I don't know how much you really like doctors, but it's good to just get checks, and then like they say, like you just because a doctor tells you something doesn't mean but it's good to get those things, get a check. Okay, yeah, check up with dentist, like get your eyes checked, make sure you're getting your you know I think there's so much that healing we do for others that we're making sure that we are taken care of too. And I think it's um I just feel like You've done the highs. Okay. Yeah. I feel like it's just there's having the energy to do that, because I think we do a lot of things for other people, and it can just get kind of like we just want to just relax, but yeah, it's not fun to have to go to places. Um, but I do feel like somebody in spirit that had issues with their neck and their back, and I just feel like just making sure you don't just feel like they had a lot of stress. Yeah, doctors can be pushy. Yeah, coffee for hours. I can give you a reading. So you too, Joe Wrigley. I can give you a card too. I think I've got I don't know. I can't remember now. I'm so horrible at this. Okay. Well, remembering. Oh yeah, JD and Ducky are first, and then if JD's here, and then I could give you a reading, Joe, and coffee for 2 hours. I can stay. Yeah. So there you go, Joanne. I don't know if your grandma or your aunt had issues with their neck, but I feel like they had a lot of stress and it just held it in their back. And I just think it's just knowing to take care of yourself, and I feel like you have been. It's just a reminder because we can get warmed up. Yeah, we do. We get goldfish when we're working. I like so I like that term, goldfish syndrome. Yes, yes. I get very like in a trance, and I'm like, what did I say? Okay. Thank you, Joanne. I'll leave their love with you. And okay, I think there was Ducky. If Ducky's here, yeah, Ducky's here. Okay, Ducky, you want a card now? Hi. Okay. Yeah, JD is too, but came on Facebook. It's better to see the comments. Okay. Oh, you're JD too? Oh, okay. I see. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I can do the give you a reading, Joe, in a second. Let's see. All right. Ducky Ducky. What do we want to do? Spirit, let's do spirit guides. Spirit guides. I'm singing today. Okay. You're welcome, Joanne. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. All right, Ducky. Definitely this one. Okay. Interesting. This is an octopus. Why did I say it that way? This is an octopus. All right, octopus. Practice shape shifting by altering your physical appearances and mannerisms. I feel like that's interesting because it's like practice shape shifting by altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. It makes me feel like what they say about Pisces. I'm a Pisces, but like sometimes I see on reels and stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, Pisces can match other people's energy," right? And it makes me feel like that's what they're saying. They're not saying like you should change it, but sometimes it's to feel connected to somebody. You can match their energy, and then they you know to get them out of their shell. I feel like some people can be very like shy or um not very open, right away. And it's like if you're kind of matching their energy, it helps to like because they feel comfortable. Um, I think to just the way you can be put to a situation, sometimes you have to change how you would normally act, and it's yeah, you've done that. Okay, a lot. Yeah, I feel like there's just like a lot. I think it has to do with work. There's like having to. It feels like work where you have to like change. Um, just feels like you have to put yourself above your normal self to like be able to like get them to just listen or be like not listen but just to look at you in a good like a way where they actually are like instead of just not sometimes like bosses just will just kind of like not really they'll kind of just pass over and not really listen, and so I feel like it's like you're able to like go above that and kind of say something, change it so that they you're like a commanding like presence for them to like want to make sure that they're paying attention to you and what you're saying because it's like it's important. Yeah, you're extrovert and had to become an actor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think that's good. So I think it's just spirit really um, acknowledging that you're doing that. Oh, then it says somebody in your family trying to tell you something important. I feel like somebody in your family is going too soon. Like they want to tell you something really important. I feel like it's like it says take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. And if you have a family member that you don't really get along with very well, I feel like that person is really going to open up to you and I feel like they have the awareness of what's been happening and why you guys, have had issues. And I feel like they're going to come to you and it's going to be more of I just feel like you've put that person kind of at arm's length. Okay, your mother. I feel like she's going to come to you if she has more of awareness of what's happening or what she's done. And just listen to her. It doesn't mean you have to, but it's, at least there is that, sometimes it's, so I feel like I don't know if she's done it already, but it makes me feel like it's gonna happen and it's, but, it doesn't mean you have to, but at least she has the awareness. I mean, like, give it, at least that, right? I mean, but, you follow it slowly if you want to. You'll feel it. You'll know. It did feel like a woman, so it's good on her. You're welcome. Well, I pulled you an extra one because I don't know why. It's like Spirit's like, just tell her. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. Ducky, that's for you. Okay. So I think it's important. I think it will help you lighten the mood of you. You know. You're welcome, and I appreciate you coming to my live. All right, we got some. What do we got next? You definitely look. Yeah. It just reminds me. I'm always like, I'm gonna learn how to play guitar. I got it, my guitar over there, but I gotta just take 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, 10 minutes. God, that's all I need. I should just take 10 minutes a day, and then just a little bit at a time, I will be able to do it. Just gotta. I'm gonna do that. All right. Okay. Hi, Scooby Dooby. How you doing? Okay. Who else do we have? Joe? I think it was Joe. You're next, right? Joe, you were saying you're JB, the regular, not JB fan, but JB. You're Joe. Joe, right? So, oh, and then coffee. Coffee for 2 hours. So thing, whoever's wants to do that. Oh, were the comments not showing up on Facebook? Is that what you're saying? Um. Oh no, I guess. Oh, you came on Facebook because it was easier to see the comments. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Joe, if you're still here, and um, coffee for, yeah, for 2 hours. So let's see. Well, we'll do the oh, let's do this one. Let's do the goddess oracle. So I don't know where anybody is, but I'll start shuffling. So let's see. Okay. All right, Joe. All right, I got the goddess guidance cards. Is that fine? That's what I got for you. Yeah, sometimes the comments take forever, so I'm used to it. I just thought, oh, I'll just start shuffling. Okay, lovely. All right, let's see what we got. Yeah. I feel like I want to pull two. Let's see what I got. Oh, okay. All right, so Joe's leap of faith, and it says take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. That's Anne. And then I felt like I needed to pull two, so it's like Maeve. I think it's Maeve. That's how I say it. It says cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So I think those really do go together a lot. I feel like when you're feeling the energy to do it, that's when you should then go for what you're feeling, that there's something that you've been wanting to do, but it's like you have to make sure you have the energy to do it, and to not push it. Don't push it when you don't, because then I feel like it's going to be a disappointment to you, and you're going to yeah, I feel like you need to make sure you have the energy to do your work, and when you're doing your work, and don't push yourself when you don't, because I feel like you have that feeling of that. Well, I should just press on, but I feel like there is that, just that, it's like you got to hold back and just make sure you're taking, you have enough energy for it. I just Otherwise you're depleting I feel like you're depleting yourself sometimes, and it's not going the way you want. Um, and you're gonna get disappointed, and then it goes down this rabbit hole of I can't do this, right? Don't do that to yourself. You're setting yourself up for um like disappointment sometimes, and I don't they're kind of like, that's because you're depleted. You agree with that? Okay. And it's like then you can start getting doubtful about yourself, and then you won't do then you're more apt not to do it. So it's like the reason why it's happening isn't because you can't do it. It's because um, you didn't have that enough energy or for it. I feel like there's excitement for it. There's like wanting to do it, but there's a lot going on sometimes where it's um, I feel like you do mediumship too. I don't know if think yeah, do you? I can't remember. Um, but I feel like you might be like related to like spirit and working with them. Very yeah, very true. Okay. Um, oh, you don't but want to. Okay, maybe that's what they're indicating too. That so I do believe it has to do with that too. Um, well, yeah, I think we all have that um, muscle. It's like just exercising it. The more you exercise it, the better, easier it comes, right? Yeah, you have it. Yeah, I do believe that you do too. I think sometimes it's easier for others than it is for and who's to say why, but you know, I feel like there is that also that excitement and the wanting to do that, but it's like also knowing that you have a lot of responsibilities too. Not saying you can't do with responsibilities, but it's I think there's a lot in your head about it, and it's just needing. Um, well, I started. It's been a process. It's been like my dad passed away, and that really sped it up because I knew he was before he passed. So it was a year before he passed. I knew he was sick. He didn't tell anybody, and then he passed away. He told right a week before he passed. Oh, yeah, a week before he passed, a week and a half before he passed away. He told everybody, and then that's when he. But I knew he was sick even before that, a year before, and then had dreams and stuff. So it's like a develop, and then just constant, a lot of meditating and um, always did tarot cards and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. I even asked him, and he's like, no, you know, he didn't want everybody to know he had lung cancer. He didn't want to get um, any treatment. He knew the beginning of the year, that January of 2017, and by December of 2017, he was, December 11th, he went to the doctor, and they said, yeah, he lost a lot of weight at that point, but um, he didn't lose all the weight until and I live in Florida, he lived in Wisconsin, so it was like November. He started losing weight, but I knew even in January. Um, I had dreams with him, with my dog, and then yeah, so it was like always, have this, that those feelings and everything, but actually like just embracing it finally, and that's when I started really developing. When you start embracing it and just doing the mediumship, I mean the meditating, and just allowing yourself to sit and try to work through your own healing. I think that you have to work through a lot of your own healing and your own journey, and it's a combination of so many things, but it all like ends up, it's like a funnel, right? And then I don't know, but he when I went right there to stay in Wisconsin with he had hospice, and he just for a couple days is when he was lucid, and he can talk. um but I woke up in the middle of the night because he was in my dream, and I knew he's like calling to me, and he was like calling me, and then I woke up and I woke everybody up, and he passed away 15 minutes later. It's like he wanted everybody to, he didn't want to do it as much as he didn't tell anybody. For the longest time, it's like because he wanted not to be a burden to everybody, he always just did everything for everybody else. So I think it was just he understood how much it meant for us to be with him in the end. So I, you know, so I was grateful I got to, hold his hand and stuff. And he was my, you know, just that unconditional love of, we were very close. So, um, but through that, then I really was like, I need to, I don't feel like he's gone, and I know he isn't. And I just, want to give that gift to others. So that's why I thought, I'm going to start really working through it and do things. So that's how it kind of culminated, whatever, came to be. I can't even say the word now, but yeah. And yeah, he's with me all the time, and I do sense those signs and stuff, and yeah, it is a wonderful gift to say goodbye. Yeah. So you can do it, and they said, stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. So I think it's also just allowing, and when you do meditation, just sit with spirit sometimes, or just sit, it's good to just not have any expectations, and just whatever comes, and it'll, it's part of it too. So thank you, Gina, for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah. Coffee for 2 hours. Well, thank you, Joe Wrigley, for listening to my little rant. I don't know, it was a rant. My little story. Thank you. Yeah. I think what really helped too is the meditations. I told somebody on Thursday when I did the Prism of Light live that I was gonna do. I'm gonna make a playlist of meditations that I like listening to, and I'll put them out on Facebook, the link to them, and then you can go, and there'll be guided ones, but and there's guided ones with talking. There's ones that don't have talking, and there's the binaural beats ones. Those really help calm the mind too. And then there's also, if you just sit there like for 10 minutes a day, make sure that you don't, you just have your feet planted on the floor, or you do like the, crisscross applesauce, right? With your, you stay straight, but you're not like rigid, and just kind of just allow yourself, just your thoughts, just to kind of just not, you're gonna have thoughts, but to allow whatever comes. You don't entertain it, you don't put judgment on it, you don't think about it, you just like look at it like you're watching a cloud go past, right, in the sky. And you kind of just go, oh, that's a thought, and then don't entertain the thought, don't try to build upon it, and then just allow yourself just to sit there and just kind of sit. Call it like sitting in your own power, sitting with spirit, and just allowing whatever comes to come. You'll know if it's your own thoughts, you'll know if it's something else, you'll just start, if it's spirit, and I think doing that really calms the mind and kind of puts you in that trance part where you just allow whatever, is happening in your life. You just put it in this box, and you go, all right, you're in the box now. I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to worry about if I locked everything or if I didn't, like, or the stove's on, or I don't know. But you just sit there. And doing that 10 minutes a day is really going to help. Like, just put yourself in that trance, that altered state of consciousness that you need to be in, for spirit to kind of like funnel in, and so. So yeah, there's that. So I will do that. I'll do that. Been meaning to do it. Like I said to, I think it was Samantha. I said it's the kick in the butt that I need. And people keep on asking me. I'm like, okay, I will. I'm gonna do it. Because I do a lot of meditations. You're welcome, Joe. I leave love of spirit with you. And thank you for coming. I don't know if coffee for 2 hours is still around, but if you are, I can give you a card reading, and if you're not, I don't know if any gonna be calling it a night. So anybody else want a reading, let me know. Otherwise, I'll give a collective one. I don't know, coffee for 2 hours is here. I could give coffee for 2 hours of reading, and she can, or he can see it later. Let's see. I feel like I want to use the Sacred Traveler one. All right. Always have a mess. All right, here we go. This is for coffee for 2 hours. I like the color of this. These are pretty. It's my kind of purple. I wanted to pick another one. Where'd it go? I feel like it's this one too. Okay. Sacred Traveler. Okay. Begin now. This is for coffee for 2 hours. Begin now. It says, take your first step, and then it says choosing your path. All is possible. All is possible. So I feel like there's been something that you've been wanting to do, and it's just do it now. Don't put it off. Don't say, well, I'll wait until the beginning of the year or this or that or the other thing. It's do it now. And then it's not thinking of like, well, what if this happens or this? It's like all of it's possible, right? But does it matter if you don't start it? Well, you know, you need to do it to begin it and do it, and then you could see what all is possible, which is anything is possible once you start. You know, I feel like it's just like just getting past over the hump of fear, you know, anxiety. I think the biggest hurdle is just finding the time through work and I don't know why, but I feel like I want to say animals, but I don't know if you like just have a lot of kids that you're just feel like are like young and crazy right now. That I'm saying animals, but I feel like animals. That I feel like there's a lot of taking care of stuff in it, and so for you, coffee for 2 hours, I feel like it's just finding the time for yourself to do it. You know, it doesn't have to be done all at once. You know, sometimes we feel like, well, if I can't do it this way, I might as well wait. No, I mean, you can start now. Just begin. So that's what they want to say. And I feel like for you, there is like a male in spirit. Feels like a grandfather type. Very much worked with his hands. I feel like he was I don't feel like you really I feel like you kind of just watched him from afar as much more so. I feel like it's just I don't know why. I just feel like and Maybe it's just that you really enjoyed being in his company and just being around him as he worked. Maybe that's the feeling I'm getting. But I feel like you would kind of be further away. It's not like you were helping as much. Maybe it's knowing what he did after he passed, and maybe that's what I'm sensing. Um, just being interested, like ancestors. Like knowing what your ancestors did. That's what it feels like. All right. Well, there you go. Coffee for two. If next time you come on, well, I'll be on again on Tuesday at 5 o'clock on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Not Instagram, sorry. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. And I'll see you guys there again on Tuesday, 5 o'clock. I'm like, oh my god, my brain. Okay, bye. Spirits like, whoa. Hi Sarah, how you doing? Thanks for liking the live. Do you want a quick reading, or are you gonna? I'm gonna go. But do you want a reading? I can give you one. Sure. Okay. You popped in. I'll give you a reading. How about you want Alice in Wonderland? Bye, Joe. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. All right. Alice in Wonderland. I got this one. And after Sarah, then we'll go. All right. Oh, cut this for you too. Okay. If look closely, ask questions, think before acting. I feel like you're just kind of waiting for something. The way she's sitting there, kind of. I feel like you're waiting for news, and it's more so. And then I feel like you're waiting for something to come to you, and then you're gonna assess what's happening more closely. I don't think it's like, I feel like you're like, I feel like there's been, I feel like there's something that's been happening in the family, and they kind of, it's like somebody told you, and you're like, well, I'll wait to hear from them before I make my judgment, like you've heard it from somebody else, and you're kind of like, I'm just not gonna entertain that until I hear it from them. It's like, here, instead of playing this telephone, and that's when you'll be able to like assess the situation and that's when you're gonna actually, you're gonna stay present with what's happening now. Okay, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's good. Stay present with what's happening now with you, and not worry about it until it comes to you, instead of that. I don't want to say it's gossip as much, but more so like just good not to entertain the what ifs and whys and oh my gosh, without even being involved in it yet. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing. I have a feeling though it's gonna be more of like not brought up as much as it is. I think it's like not one of those things where like people just pretend it's not happening. That's not what I mean, but it's gonna be like more of a, not as a charged. It's not as charged as what the person made it feel like. You know. think people can have perceptions about other people's emotions, and the emotions that they were. Sometimes people, when they do express themselves, might express themselves to somebody in a way that is like heightened, right? And I feel like it's like they can really like make it seem like it's like oh they're really upset, but really it was this because they're a little bit more triggered. Then when they get out of that state and they come back to this other part, it's not gonna be that it wasn't, or it might not even be that bad. It just was more of they just felt hurt, you know. So I feel like that's the case. Like I could be like talk about, I don't know. You know, it's just it's like they were in their own, it was a different type of state that they were in, that they just really identified with it at the time, but then when they get, you know, it calms down, then it's not as charged, and it's still there but not in that aspect. I think too, just being with other people and them kind of egging them on, going, "Oh yeah, that was horrible" or whatever, can really bring out that too, you know. Um, so then when that person relays it back, then it seems like, "Oh man, they're upset," but really they weren't as upset as what. Yeah, I don't. You get it. um, I just feel a mother energy around that. You know, I feel like that you seem like the person that people come to when they have issues, and I think it's just that they look to you as the one to kind of help regulate emotions, and I think it's sometimes um, they don't know where to like kind of. I think they just don't know what to do with the information, so they give it to you. So it's good that you're just holding on to it and not taking it um, inwardly. You know, taking it for and, and putting judgment on it. It's good that you're just allowing it just to come. But I do feel like there's a other like another like a mother like energy in spirit. It feels like I don't know why it's showing me like go karts, but like more so like that you would use when you're you know like a kid. Like I don't know if you did stuff like that at your grandma's house or when you were young. I feel like there was like these spinning things, like, but it felt like not like at a carnival, but more so at a house where you like would do it with other kids when you were younger. Okay, okay, yeah. Um, they were showing me that, and I just feel like a lot of like just laughing and like just that, just seeing your. I feel like your grandmother watching you do that. I feel like in the like a driveway or something, um, like a paved area. Did you see like a flower bed next to it, or like a garden? You know? Yeah. So lemonade. I just feel like she made like really like fresh lemonade. I feel like she had issues with her heart. and her lungs. I feel like she had a very tender heart too, like just very I feel like if you were hurt yourself, it was like a very like she would unlike I don't think your mom would have been as like I'm not saying your mom wasn't nice, but like wouldn't be as nice about it as like your grandma was, you know. So it just was a tenderness to her. So all right. I'll leave her love with you, Sarah. And thank you for coming. All right. You're welcome. All right. I'm gonna call it a night. So I'll leave it. Sarah ended the live. She squeaked in and she came in and she got her message. So it's all that matters. It's like your grandma's like, spin on in here. We're gonna give you something. All right. Thank you everybody for coming, and I'll see you guys later on Tuesday. All right. See you later.